All right, we're gonna call this meeting to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Zoller,
Here.
Mr. Belarski,
Here.
Mr. Lee,
Here.
Mr. Sarah,
Here.
Mr. Thomas.
Here.
Thank you. Will you join me in the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So Rhonda is obviously not here tonight, but she, while the law says that none of us can miss a meeting and be allowed to vote off, she's allowed to be her treasurer self, so. We have a treasurer. She's
For us.
Yeah.
Good, glad you're here, Rhonda.
May I have a motion to adopt the agenda, including the blue sheet that was added in this afternoon?
It is so moved. A second.
All right, may I have a roll call on that one?
Mr. Belarski,
Yes.
Mr. Lee,
Yes.
Mr. Sarah,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Mrs. Zoller.
Yes. Thank you. All right, thank you. At this moment, we have no recognition of the public, so I'm gonna move on to the committee reports, of which we don't have many committee reports either because it's summer. So I'm gonna zip all the way down to the facilities committee because I do believe there is a facilities report.
There is. We'll make up for all the other committees with the facilities update, right? Yeah. Exciting time, clearly with all the construction going on. So I'll share some of the highlights, but please jump in with anything that I may miss. First of all, construction at Hilltop Primary School moving very quickly now, and so we are moving away from the site preparation to early stages of construction. So things that are happening right now, and we'll be putting all of these things in our monthly hammers and horseshoes updates. But right now, the building pad is complete. You can actually start to see the outline of Hilltop Primary School now. The stormwater infrastructure is being worked on now. In addition to that, the foundation work is happening. And so they're pouring the concrete for the foundations. You can see the wall sections going up, which is really exciting. All working toward the vertical construction, which I think we're looking at probably sometime in July. I believe also that the plumbing and the electrical work beneath the building slab is going to be started very soon. And so you can see each day there's something new happening. We were talking with the construction manager and we'd love to maybe mid to late July start thinking about some community engagement opportunities, bringing people to the site just outside the fence, just to let HGC talk about what's happening so that people can see what's going on right now as they're there, and then what's coming in the upcoming weeks. And then when school starts, we had spoken with them about even incorporating students into this and how can we bring our students in the construction process so they can be part of what's going on, all the excitement. So
Great.
That's Hilltop. Anything, gentlemen, that you would add to Hilltop?
No, it's really cool. I mean, we were up there, they were pouring concrete, coming along. All this work takes a lot of time though. It's all the stuff that you beneath the ground, and it may not look so different from one day to the next unless you actually examine it day by day, but once they start framing and putting that up, it's gonna go pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. So Elm is the next building that will enter construction, and so things are moving pretty quickly with Elm. The move of all of the contents from Elm has been completed, so all the contents from Elm have been taken to the Presbyterian Church of Wyoming. That's complete, and so now Elm is closed. The construction fence is up around Elm, and they're preparing for the demolition of Elm to begin sometime this week. So we were talking just a few minutes ago. It didn't have to start today, not yet, but that is coming very, very soon. We did send a message to families and to staff about bricks. We know that is a big deal to try and get a 1 or 2 bricks or 10. We're leaning towards 1 or 2.
I told you, just saying the 1 or 2 was nice, but you're gonna have to.
I didn't do it. I never got one for Hilltop. I want to get one for Elm and claim it was Hilltop.
Pitch it out. Yeah. All right.
Oh, is it?
So,
Yeah, go up there to the Vermont. No, wait, don't go up there to Vermont.
all right. Don't talk strategies right now. All right.
I got
So So that was sent out today. I think we're also trying to get that in the city newsletter this week too, just to let everyone, because we know people are excited about that. And it's phenomenal to see that level of excitement. So,
Is it really?
so that demolition process, we're thinking it's gonna be anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks, and then they begin to prep the site, just like they did at Hilltop, so it's gonna be a very busy summer for Elm. Vermont, the highlight really goes back to our third and final design workshop. Again, wonderful engagement from our families and community on these design workshops. Just a really phenomenal process, which results in 3 buildings that are very unique but very connected to a common vision, and really represent the community in which they live in, is how I phrase it. So very exciting. Outside of primary facilities, we do have things happening in the district with regard to summertime work and summertime facility improvements. So at the high school, we have several things happening. One is the final phase of our HVAC project. We also have a roof replacement happening over the 500 wing, so that would be around the art classrooms, also covering the cafeteria. And then a locker room renovation where we are replacing the lockers in both the boys and the girls locker rooms, which is exciting also for students. So lots and lots and lots happening. So thanks to our maintenance team and our architect and construction manager, really great collaborative efforts. So we're moving along.
We were talking about getting lockers. That was before you came, I think. Wasn't that
Yes.
just us? That there are people who want gym lockers, so keep that in mind too.
Thank you. You can have more than one.
No. No, one for each of your children who made use of it. Well, no, I guess your children are champions center children, aren't they?
One each home.
I have a pre-2000 high school locker door.
We won't ask how you got that. We're actually replacing a door that's been missing for a long time.
That explains why 32 doesn't have one.
Let him explain.
This was legitimate salvage. It was, when the high school went
did trust
through
it
its
was
renovation, but these were being discarded and were being given away.
His is the last class to
Oh.
graduate from the old building.
That's right, yeah. And that was-
So,
oh, wait.
and so it was a free-for-all for a while.
99.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they were made out of cast iron and wooden and brass.
Back in the ships were made of wood and then of steel.
All right, on that note, we will move on past the committee reports, unless someone has something they want to stop me quickly, and go to the primary facilities report about builder's risk insurance.
This is the time of the project, right before construction starts, that we need to procure builder's risk insurance. And so this is a recommendation to adopt that policy for the construction of Elm. You might recall that we went through the same process during Hilltop, and we will also do this again for Vermont.
Got it. All right. May I have a motion to approve the primary facilities report?
Second?
All right, may I have a roll call?
Mr. Lee,
Yes.
Mr. Sarah,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Mrs. Zoller,
Yes,
Mr. Blarsky.
Yes.
Thank you.
thank you. And the treasurer's report.
Thanks, Dee Dee. Item A, approval of the minutes from the May regular meeting and the June planning meeting. Item B, accept the financial statement for the month of May 2026. Item C, accept with appreciation the donations from the Wyoming School Foundation, including one that will support all 3 gardens in our new primary schools. Excited about that. Item D, our final appropriations for June, as we are nearing here fiscal year end. And then fiscal year 27 temporary appropriations, so that when we close our books next week, we will be able to start fiscal year 27. Item F, approval of our annual contract for services with HCC, ITC. And item G, approval of the report, please.
All right, thank you. Any questions? May I have a motion then to approve the treasurer's report?
So moved. Seconded.
Roll call?
Mr. Sarah,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Mrs. Zoller,
Yes.
Mr. Belarski,
Yes.
Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Thank you.
The superintendent's report, and this will also include the blue sheet, so if you wanna follow with both.
Okay, so, first off, we have several, personnel items, that I'm making recommendations for. Number one is for 26-27 new personnel. Excited to welcome, these individuals, to Wyoming City Schools. And the first one, Samantha Doty, sorry, Doty, Sammy Doty, for fifth grade, math at our middle school, and obviously Sammy is with us. Congratulations. A graduate of 2022, and where'd you go to primary school? Were you here? Hilltop, okay, so, and you've seen Hilltop, you've seen the progress, yeah, okay.
Did you get a break?
Did you get a break?
This is really for me to bring it up.
One
All right,
Bring that in.
Dr. Thomas may have some extra.
Didn't even give a single one.
That's right, we'll get you an album, we'll work on it. Okay, so congratulations, very excited. Also there you can see Leah Youngkins, is a primary school intervention specialist. And then Allison Utrip, high school English teacher. Christopher Wells is a high school French teacher part-time. He is actually returning. And then added to that list from the blue sheet, you can see Ben Hankey, high school counselor. No, yeah,
This
no
one's not
connection,
related.
no connection. I did look the second time, I was like, Ben, I don't think, no,
Some you want those?
That was on mine.
no. Number 22 is a 26-27 middle school and high school auditorium manager. Gendra will be returning this year. Excited about that. Number 3 is 26-27 unpaid FMLA leave recommendation for these staff members. Number 4 is 26-27 extended days recommended for these two individuals. And number 5 is recommendation for 2026 summer primary Smart Start work. And this is to prepare for the Smart Start meetings that are happening for students and parents before school. Number 6 is for a 2026 summer half-day CPI or Crisis Prevention Institute training. All of the individuals listed on the agenda participated in that training. Number 7 is for 2026 Wyoming Middle School math curriculum work. They're working on the progression of curriculum from one grade to another. And number 8 is a 26-27 new club recommendation. This is the middle school girls on the run club. Number 9 is a 2025-2026 University of Cincinnati student teacher mentor stipends for these two individuals who supported student teachers this past school year. And number 10, you can see there's a very lengthy list of 2026, 2027 non-athletic supplemental contracts. And so you just thank these individuals for the work that is done within each one of these supplemental contracts to support building operations and really teaching and learning within the building. You can see their department chairs and BLT members, but then also for specific student opportunities and staff members who are supporting each one of those opportunities.
Do you mind, I'm sorry to interrupt, but do you mind, or Erica, could you explain a little bit about these contracts to our new folks who should be there first time to see the supplementals?
Sure. We have actually a district supplemental committee. And we meet, regularly throughout the year just to assess our supplemental process. As Tim mentioned, really the first round that you see are those that will be serving in those, leadership roles, whether serving as a department chair, member or, building leadership team member. And really they are being asked to go above and beyond kind of their regular day, to support that curriculum work, to attend department chair meetings, but also to be the lead for their departments. When we have new staff that are coming on board, staying current with curricular needs and resources, and really being, collaborative partners with, not only the building administrators, but also with, them and myself and work. And then for all of the other, listings there, starting with ACEs. Those were, if you recall, clubs that were approved, and all of our clubs and after-school activities go through a very extensive process for applying to have a club, and so those are first approved. And then from there, there's a process for applying for a supplemental. And that goes through the supplemental committee, and so we review every application from each advisor who is requesting their percentage. And that's all based on a rubric of, the amount of students that they're supporting, the amount of kind of public facing, that is involved, whether or not you have to, reserve facilities. And so you'll see the different percentages, and that is, again, run through our supplemental committee every year. And then once those supplemental percentages are approved, then there's an application process to serve as an advisor. And so there will still be other clubs or advisors that will come up at our next board agenda. If we didn't receive for this go round, there's still the application process if they're interested in any clubs that have not been covered by advisors. So that's the long list of names that you see there. And also mixed in there, you might see like a resident educator. If you go like in alphabetical order, you'll see a resident educator. And also mixed in there, you'll see in the L's, the LPDC. That's the Local Professional Development Committee Chair. Also very important roles that serve our district. And those are really required through the state. So if we are hiring any teacher within their first or second year, they are under a license of a resident educator. And so that coordinator for the district, the resident educator coordinator, really supports assigning mentors to all of those new teachers, and making sure that everyone's being compliant and following the process involved with that license for within your first 2 years. And then for the Local Professional Development Committee, the LPDC, that is for anyone to be able to renew their license, anyone with education license, a teaching license, an admin license. We all have to go through our LPDC and ensure that we are acquiring the hours through our professional development training, whether it's in-house training or outside of the district training, in order for us to renew our license.
Percentage listed a percent of their salary, of individual salary, or up to some other study?
It's a percentage of the base salary.
Base.
Yeah, and so base zero, whatever that salary is every year, and this is the percentage of that.
And that's contractual. So the first ones, the BLT members and the department chairs, a lot of that came out of negotiations with our association. And so there are some explanations within the contract that are followed there. However, for everybody, you have a job description, correct? So each of these, they don't just suddenly appear. They have to be approved. We have to approve them. Actually, first they go through a whole approval system within the buildings, and then they have a job description, and then we go ahead. Although in the contract, we give each principal, I don't know how much leeway do we give them?
A flex.
A flex, so that if somebody comes up with something that they really would like to, because what we used to do is we used to say, well, that sounds like a really great club, but this is a defined amount, and we don't have any room for it. But that also came out of a contract so the principal can give somebody, if we think that's gonna, and some of these clubs started that way. They get popular and then they're off on their own.
Right. Is the base zero the same for non-athletic and athletic positions, the same supplemental contract? Or is it a different number?
Do they use the same amount for?
Correct.
As that starting?
In
Yeah.
other words,
Let's
it's
say
4%
yes, but
of
I'm gonna
one,
go to
the
Rhonda
same
to
as 4% of the other.
Make sure that's correct.
Yeah.
Rhonda, that's correct, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, they're all
Yes, however, now with the supplementals, now you have an AD involved as well.
Mhm. For the athletic supplementals, right?
Got it, but the rate is 4% is 4%.
That is
That's
correct.
Okay.
Right, that is-
Can you tell me why some are volunteer?
Yes. There, in particular, there are a few, for example, like the baking club.
Sure.
If they are brand new clubs this year, they do not qualify immediately for supplemental.
Okay.
Because, to Jeannie's point, that's where maybe, a flex supplemental can come into play. And, they really don't know yet how many students will express interest in that club, and so they, might see that a lot of students express, and so that then may warrant the principal saying, I would like to use 1.5% or 1% or 2%. There are just a few others where, they've agreed that in order to run the club, they just want to volunteer to do it.
Mhm.
And they're not requesting a supplement.
And in sports,
There are some.
there are volunteers,
Mhm,
but
there are
we
volunteers.
hold tightly to, you know, what we do for boys golf, we also do for girls golf. So then, what we do for boys soccer, we also do for girls soccer. So sometimes you'll have someone who would still like to be part of it,
Mhm.
and we accept them as a volunteer.
Volunteer, yes. They're still covered by background checks and all sorts of
Absolutely.
other things that are paid.
Actually, you have to approve them, even the
Yes,
volunteers,
that's right.
which
Even
is
the
what we're doing
volunteers.
tonight
Uh-huh.
on some, but
Yes.
I was one.
And there are
one day.
some,
Yeah.
there are some supplementals where you'll see the advisors may split. So maybe the supplemental is 12% total, and they would like to have like a co-person with them, kind of supporting that club, and they will take 6% and the other will take 6%, but that, they decide on that. And let me know what they would like that division to be.
Does the athletic director have a certain amount of resource available? So when Jeff Walters, for example, who's a boys soccer assistant reserve, is listed as a volunteer,
Mhm.
that's volunteer though, instead of paid, even though he spends a certain amount of time, because there's a certain amount of money available and they don't have room for another coach, but he wants to participate, and so he does a volunteer.
Part of that could be yes, a part of that decision, yes,
Mhm.
either you're choosing to split,
Right, and it's really,
divvy up the percentage, or sometimes it's
Yeah.
just that.
Have a bit of time, but not
Right.
all the time they would have to be visible.
Right.
the positions are established at a certain rate.
Positions
and
are
that- yeah.
established at a certain rate. Mhm.
Yep.
Question.
Yeah, great questions. Okay,
thank you.
so transitioning into then number 11 are the 26-27 athletic supplemental contracts. Again, thanks to these individuals. On this list, it should also include the 3 additional ones from the blue sheet. And those were for high school baseball varsity coach, a high school boys soccer assistant coach, and a high school girls golf head coach. Okay. All right, and then moving along, number 12 is for 26-27 van driver, all fours. Number 13 is for 26-27 sources of strength work, and these are for adult advisors. You can see those individuals listed on the agenda. And then number 14, 26-27 sources of strength meeting advisors. And you can see again those individuals listed there.
What are the sources of strength, referring to? Is that is training for advisors that are?
It is so sources of strength is it's a peer-led wellness, suicide prevention program, and it's student-led. And so these are adults who work with the students to design plans for meetings, plans for the whole year, on how to engage people. It's really focused on building culture and climate within the middle school and the high school. Yep. They're excited about having monthly campaigns or conversations to better engage students and build momentum within the program. So these adults are supporting students so that they can have those peer-to-peer conversations. Yep. Okay, shifting a little bit, item B, you can see is a recommendation for a 26-27 overnight field trip, and that's for the high school choir, Disney trip scheduled for February. And then item C, you can see two camp proposals for 26-27. The first one is application boot camp. That's step 2, and that's the camp has been approved. Step 2 is for the staffing within the camp. And also band camp, step 2, so that would be the staffing for band camp.
Do you mind talking about boot camp?
Yeah, application boot camp,
Explain
it
what
is, it is there to help students who are entering their senior year apply for college and making sure that they've got all their ducks in a row. They're working on their essays and making sure that they go in understanding the expectations that universities are looking for and get them off on the right foot.
And any child can participate, any senior.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep. Good. Item D, that is the 26-27 Hamilton County Developmental Disabilities Services Contract. This is an annual contract that ensures the district is prepared to support students that have very specialized needs if those needs arise. So it's something that we do each year. And then items E, F, and G are all similar in that they provide access to varying levels of specialized support for students. Those might be educational supports, transitional supports, therapeutic services, and again, those are for needs of individual students. And so the first one, E, is a contract, 26-27 contract with Warren County Educational Service Center. That is specific to transitional support. Item F, 26-27 Warren County, again, Educational Service Center, that is for a wellness center contract. And then item G is for a 26-27 Best Point Educational and Behavioral Health contract.
And here I come again, sorry, but would you talk a little bit about Best Point?
Yeah, Best Point is, it's an educational institution that supports students that have both educational needs and behavioral needs. And so ultimately our goal is to help students transition into Wyoming City schools. But when students have very specific needs, they help to support those needs and give them both the behavioral support that helps them access their educational opportunities more. And then the hope is to transition back to Wyoming City schools.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Tim, I see that I know we've talked about the Warren County ESC services that we get. Just out of curiosity, why do we work with Warren County and not Hamilton County?
We work with both, and it's
Yeah.
really dependent, I would say it's dependent upon the unique need that we have and what's the best fit for the student.
It was about student fit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, and sometimes one institution may have a support or a service that is available that meets the need of that student. Sometimes they both might have that, but one can't fill it and one can't, and so that might determine which county we go with, yeah. Okay.
We're fortunate to have support all around there.
Yep, I agree.
All right, may I have a motion to approve the superintendent's report?
So moved. Seconded.
May I have a roll call?
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Mrs. Zoller,
Yes.
Mr. Blarsky,
Yes.
Mr. Lee,
Yes.
Mr. Sparrow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now it's time to open up that 5th grade math curriculum, right? I'm sure you're on it, yeah.
That's cool. I was gonna tell her if you've got a half an hour, you can get down to the DQ and celebrate. Or Cowboy Code.
And you
Well,
can play
it's like
mine.
Oh,
Do
'cause
both.
Summer, they're on
You
the
could do
line.
both, bring it with
Do
you.
both.
That's right.
I need to be able to make it to graders.
I'm sure you'll run into many more teachers who are looking at curriculum at Dairy Creek.
Oh,
Good luck on that one. All right, and now we have a superintendent's report.
We do, we have a second one with one personnel item. And this is a recommendation for a 26-27 non-athletic supplemental contract. This is for a middle school green team co-advisor.
All right, may I have a motion to approve the second superintendent's report?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
May I have a roll call?
Mrs. Zoller,
I abstain.
Mr. Blarsky,
Yes.
Mr. Lee,
Yes.
Mr. Sparrow,
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, your update, sir.
Yep, just a tiny update. you know, everyone's excited about the work that's happening outside, the visible work that you can see going on, but behind the scenes is a lot of work that is happening right now to get ourselves set up for a great school year. And so what's happening, you know, in June, it is a very important time where we start to think about the goals that we have for the district and for buildings next year and design plans for professional learning or professional development. We really lean into the idea of continuous improvement and how can we be better tomorrow than we were today. And so lots and lots of work has gone on with our administrative team to design those plans for opening day and beyond. And so you'll hear me talking a lot about our goals for the upcoming year. We design goals around each one of our pillars: teaching and learning, climate and culture, social and emotional learning, communication, and financial stewardship. And so, you can see in the BLT updates how not, the district obviously works on those goals, but the buildings all wrap around those same ideas in ways that are unique to the building levels. And so over the course of the summer, I'll talk individually about specific goals and what's happening with those, but just to share, it's an exciting time. We get really, really excited about what will soon be happening. No one likes me to mention this, but we're really only, what, 5 weeks away? Sorry, Sammy, I don't want to upset you. Maybe six, but it's an exciting time. And so just a few of the things, a few of the things that we're going to be discussing and wrapping our arms around this year in teaching and learning. We are continuing to look at high impact strategies. What are the strategies that truly impact students and help students grow in their academic ability and from a point where they were this past year to where they can be next year? We're going to be talking a lot about intervention, continuing to focus on multi-tiered systems of support, intervention. We're going to talk about technology and what is responsible use of technology, and also really leaning into artificial intelligence in particular, and really grappling with the question of, when technology doesn't help our students reach a level that otherwise wouldn't be attainable, then maybe technology isn't the answer. And so really thinking about that question with instruction. Climate and culture, we talked about sources of strength and thinking about student voice. So we're excited about what student voice might be able to do to culture and climate, specifically in our middle school and high school. Communication, and that's also connected to social emotional learning. Communication, we are working to streamline parent access to student information, not just academic information, but all student information. And to do that, we are pulling in Progress Book. We've heard a lot of feedback from our staff and from families about the value of Progress Book. So we think that could be a powerful tool. And so we're designing plans to link our school district with families through that tool. Financial stewardship, obviously the construction of our primary schools is center to us all right now, but we're also focused on best practices in building level budgets and how can we work together to have common practices at a primary level, middle school level, and high school level connected to the district and how the district budgets. So all important work. Those are just a few snapshots of what's happening this summer, but exciting.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, may I have a motion to move into executive session to consider the employment of public employees?
So move.
Second.
All right, may I have a roll call?
Markey,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Keller.
Yes. All right, thank you. We will go into executive session